Made in Abyss, Dawn of the Deep Soul is a movie sequel, a sort of bridge between the first and upcoming second season of the show, the anime Made in Abyss. So first off, I need to say that this movie is not like other anime movies. It's not, just there to make money. It's not like a side adventure. This is like an actual continuation. So it literally takes place after the events of the first season. So this movie is not accessible for non-fans of the show. If you haven't seen the show, you're not going to probably enjoy the movie because you're not going to know who's who. Some of the emotional parts you won't get, and you'll probably be confused and left in the lurch because it's not a complete story. This movie takes place right after the first season, and it's a must-watch for any fan of the show because this movie acts as a direct continuation of the show. Without watching this, you're going to be like, how did they get from this place to this place when you watch season 2? So that being said, this movie is absolutely devastating. It's so emotional. Parts of Made in Abyss are very similar as well. But this movie manages to capture the same sort of tone, but it's also able to turn up the sort of animation, the stakes, the threats to 11 because after our trio have decided to move on to the 5th layer, the Sea of Corpses, they bump into Bondrewd. He is a white whistle, a legendary scientist of sorts who is definitely got his own thing going down there, and they're going to have to end up clashing with him, and he's got ties to Nanachi's past. So the stakes are turned up to 11. The animation's amazing. It's definitely a story that I'm glad that they decided to do this in movie form because movies, they can up the stakes, up the animation, up the scope, instead of chopping it up into like 20-minute segments, If you were to do that with this movie, it'd be like 6 episodes, which is like half a season. So I'm glad they took this arc and decided to give it the full-on treatment because it was epic. It's definitely something that the fans will enjoy. It's a really good continuation of the season 1. So Made in Abyss, The Dawn of the Deep Soul is an absolute treat. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it would be that great, but it's definitely emotionally devastating. It's well animated. It serves as a perfect bridge between the first and second season. So I give Made in Abyss, Dawn of the Deep Soul an 8 out of 10.